My time at Gateway Center has taught me that homelessness looks a lot different than how the media portrays it. Serving has impacted me by removing the stigmas and showing me the condition and fragility of the human heart.
Serving at Gateway Center allows me to meet individuals from numerous backgrounds who have wisdom to share, allowing me to rethink what I previously knew about the homeless community. Most of the time, society does not take the time to truly understand people who are experiencing homelessness, relying too heavily on the surface of the problem without allowing themselves to look deeper past the stereotypes.
I have been serving at the Gateway Center for over 6 years. It has become a very important part of my life. Gateway has taught me to empower people with hands-on solutions through volunteering in the clothing closet. I love when I see the joy on someone's face when you hand them a bag of clean clothes and toiletries. It makes my heart full.
The Gateway Center believes in the inherent worth and dignity of all people. When we talk about dignity of all people, we have to talk about justice issues. And justice is different from charity. Charity is a great response to crisis, but justice is a way forward that is sustainable and that works for equity for all persons. When we talk about justice and homelessness, there's many different issues that pop up. People have faced discrimination in their life, and there's many forms of injustice in the world. We know things such as racism, classism, ableism. There's discrimination that's based on religion, like anti-Semitism or Islamophobia. There's discrimination that's based on ability, like ableism. And there's so many other things, like gender, when it comes down to misogyny or transphobia or issues of LGBT. One thing that we find in homelessness is that a lot of injustice has taken place. There's so many different reasons for someone to experience homelessness, and many times it's often not their fault, but a combination of things. Whether that's adverse childhood symptoms, or if it goes into major justice issues like racism and housing discrimination, sex and housing discrimination, transportation inequities, if it's the criminal justice system, it could be something like how veterans are treated when they come back home from war or from service. So there's many different issues that go into this. When you serve at the Gateway Center, know that you're working for justice, and not just justice for some, but for justice for every person who's experiencing homelessness. When you think about every human justice issue, whether it's sex trafficking or racism or LGBT issues or issues of refugees or orphans or widows, you're thinking about homelessness. It is the major bucket issue that connects all these intersections.
Please make sure to secure your valuables. Gateway Center is not responsible for loss or theft. Please treat every person with dignity and respect. Do not take photos of people or release confidential information that could identify them. Please wear your badge inside the facility at all times. Children 6 and older may attend service opportunities with parents.
Gateway Center continues to serve approximately 10,000 people per year, and in addition of that 10,000, 1,200 of those individuals are served in our residential programs. Gateway Center is designed to be more than just a shelter. Gateway Center is a homeless service center, meeting people where they are to provide compassion and empathy and work collaboratively with our guests to develop a plan to aid them in becoming stably housed. To do that, our case managers are trained in evidence-based interventions, trauma-informed care, as well as different service modalities to be able to find the best plan of action to work with each of our guests uniquely to find housing solutions. On that journey, we use our 5 keys to success. The first key being housing stability and placement. Our second key to success is health and wellness, where we connect people to health care, behavioral health services, and substance abuse care if needed. Third key is employment readiness and employment placement. We know that one of the keys to success for ensuring that once people are placed in the housing, that people have a livable wage to be able to secure and maintain the housing. Also recognizing that many of our guests, those seeking jobs, have not had an opportunity to really look at what vocational training that would be necessary to help them find a real career versus just a job. Fourth is community and family engagement. We really want to try to identify ways for people to reconnect with their natural supports as well as find relationships in the community that maybe in the past had been sabotaged or just dismantled for whatever the reason. We put those relationships back together because those relationships will be key to ensuring that our guests remain connected once they leave our facility. And fifth, we look at literacy. That's adult and financial literacy. We work with the Atlanta Public Schools Adult Ed program as well as Literacy Action, and we work with local bank institutions to provide financial literacy for our guests.
By serving at the Gateway Center, you're committing to move forward in your ability to empower others and also empower yourselves. What are you doing for the world today? What are you doing for your community? What issue is it that burns in your heart and keeps you up at night? Do you hunger and thirst for justice? Do you care about justice? How can you be involved today in someone's life to empower them and see that their future is better? And how can your own future be better?